Hi guys, and welcome to this second video in a short series looking at hot deserts. So the previous video talked us through kind of the characteristics of where they're located, and then also talked about a couple of plant and animal adaptations. So what we're going to look at in this video then specifically is opportunities for development. So the positives of deserts and how people are using them to create sort of economic, social, and environmental opportunities as well. So using them to their advantage, kind of thing. Within this video, we're going to look at a specific example. We're going to look at the Thar Desert. Okay, so the Thar Desert is one of the world's major hot deserts, stretching across northwest India and into Pakistan. There, you can see that obviously from the map in the corner. What makes the Thar Desert quite unique is it is the world's most densely populated desert. So there are a lot of people that are living in this particular hot desert, and therefore there is a necessity to create opportunities within this particular desert. So, despite hostile conditions, so very, very high temperatures during the day, very, very cold temperatures at night, okay, there's a number of opportunities for human activity as well as economic development also. So, we split this up into about four key sort of areas of opportunity. The first one being tourism. Okay, so people visiting the desert. It's a very, very popular tourist destination, particularly for people in the surrounding countries of sort of Pakistan and India as well, for holidaymakers and actually for local people as well. Most of the tourists of the Thar Desert come from Pakistan, but they do also come from India as well. Okay, so really, really popular. Desert safari trips on camels are popular amongst foreign visitors and a lot of wealthy people from the country of India. An annual desert festival is held each winter, which attracts lots of visitors to the area. And then, as well as that, we have local people benefiting by providing food and accommodation, as well as acting as guides. So you can think about here, kind of, we've also got a bit of a positive multiplier effect that's taking place as well. So not only is the tourism industry positive for kind of the local area, it's also positive for the locals as well. It's providing them with jobs that otherwise wouldn't really exist. Okay. Next sort of opportunity then is mineral extraction. So through things such as mining, certain materials that aren't necessarily available anywhere else in the world and are created under specific conditions as well. So the Thar has reserves of valuable materials that are used all over the world. So yes, they are sent to places like Pakistan and India, but they are exported globally as well. Okay, so gypsum used to make plaster for construction, feldspar used to make ceramics. We've got phosphorate, which is used in making fertilizer. So again, supports kind of with things such as farming. And kaolin, which is used as a whitener in paper. Okay. There's also large reserves of various stone and marble in this region, and those are exported to India and other parts of the world as well. So again, thinking kind of about that positive multiplier effect and how deserts are a really valuable resource to help within that. Another key opportunity for development then is the provision of energy. It's a really rich energy source as well as a rich mineral source with things such as farming. So, for example, one of the ways or one of the particular resources that is used is coal. So there are extensive coal deposits within the Thar Desert, with thermal energy having been a very, very significant development within the area. Okay, so a coal plant then has also been constructed in the desert, in the Thar Desert. Oil, there's a large oil field in the Thar Desert, which generates a large contribution to the region's finances. So $5.3 billion in the space of 11 years. And again, that oil then is exported globally, as well as sort of within the region. Wind, okay, a big wind park constructed in 2001, which is now India's largest wind farm. Okay, so again, there's a move towards sort of green, renewable energy sources also. And then, as you would probably expect in the Thar Desert, solar. Okay, so the fact that we have Sunny, cloudless skies provides the perfect conditions for solar power generation. And if we think back to the previous video, we know that obviously because of the areas of high pressure, there are generally no clouds covering the Thar Desert. So it means that we have a continuous provision of solar energy, which is significantly helpful to the region. One of the other opportunities, which often surprises people, is farming. Okay, so most people in the Thar Desert are involved in what we would call subsistence farming. So subsistence farming is essentially where they're not necessarily farming for a profit; they are just farming enough to provide for themselves and their family. So what they obviously then, what you generally tend to find here is it tends to be mostly kind of cattle farming. We'll talk about that in a moment. So generally farmers are making a living by grazing animals on grassy areas and cultivating vegetables and fruit trees. A lot of these farmers as well will be in some form or another, they will be nomadic. So they will be moving around throughout kind of the year to particular areas. That may be to suit growing crops, or it may be to suit irrigation patterns, so where they can get water, where they can channel the water from. In later years, irrigation has made commercial farming, so farming on a bit of a larger scale, a potential possibility. So in particular, the Indira Gandhi Canal, which allows farmers to kind of channel water during the rainier seasons to get it to particular fields to help them with growing particular crops. Crops grown in the Thar include wheat, cotton, pulses, sesame, maize, and mustard. So you can see there that there is obviously quite a wide range and diverse range of different crops that are grown. It isn't just one particular crop. There is quite an array, and actually that's really, really positive because there's an opportunity that again provides a key source of income into the area and the region, and indeed for local people as well. So again, thinking about kind of all of these potential opportunities, what's really, really important to consider with all of these is that they are, yes, they're opportunities for development, and most of that development then feeds into positive multiplier effect and economic development. So economic development ultimately for the region, but also local people who live in that area. Without those things, without tourism, without the extraction of minerals, without energy provision, without farming, life for people in the world's most densely populated desert would be very, very challenging. The fact that they have these things means that they have perhaps a different quality of life, or a better quality of life than we might otherwise expect in a desert. So what could you be asked potentially in an exam? Again, you can pause the video and have a go at some of these questions if you want to. So using an example, explain, so give reasons how hot deserts create opportunities for development. So again, you'd be linking it back to economic development, and you'd be thinking about those 4 key areas of tourism, mineral extraction, energy, and farming. Okay, and you'd be thinking specifically, yes, you'd be naming, or you should be looking at kind of naming what the opportunity is, but also thinking about how does that create opportunities. So yes, tourism, for example, provides jobs, okay, or tourism provides desert safaris. But then you'd need to take that a step further, and you'd need to talk about, okay, well, why is that an opportunity? Okay, well, it's an opportunity because it generates wealth. It generates economic development for local people. It means then that they've got a better quality of life. Okay, exactly the same with farming. People are able to grow key crops such as pulses, sesame, maize, mustard, and so on and so forth. How does that help? Well, you could then talk about actually how there's been a bit of a move away from subsistence farming, and irrigation has now allowed for more large-scale commercial farming. So again, thinking about and considering those that increase in farming yields, crop yields, and also then you would talk about how that has positively benefited people and how that has again created kind of that positive multiplier effect as well. So improve people's lives and also then helped to improve their standard of living, quality of life. And then again, thinking back to energy, okay, yes, energy can also be kind of exported, but it can also be used by those local people as well. So to help within their homes, and again, linking it back to having a positive impact on their quality of life. But also environmental opportunities. Yes, we've got the use of coal. Yes, we've got the extraction of oil, but we've also got a movement towards solar energy, and we've also got a movement towards wind farms as well, which is not just positive for people because it's reducing pollution in the area, but it's also a positive for the natural environment as well.